I've got 4 main bins, and I've got them separated into a prep work bin, a masking bin, a paint application bin, and sort of a roller handles, stir sticks, sort of miscellaneous bin. All right, so in this prep bin, we've got Durham's Rock Hard Water Putty. So this is what you're gonna use to fill holes in wood and stuff like that. Another thing you could use is called Bondo. This is just much cheaper and it does the same thing. It's just as good in quality. I've got a Black & Decker orbital sander. We take these off sometimes just so you can get into tighter spaces. But these are, you know, maybe 40 bucks. And we put these little sanding discs on them.
They're into this. Oh, never mind.
And yeah, this is gonna take off your peeling and chipping paint. It's pretty straightforward. What else I got? Crud Cutter Gloss Off. This is how we degloss doors and cabinets. If you use this, you actually don't need to sand prior to painting. This is gonna take off the existing sheen on the cabinets or doors or whatever, and it sort of acid etches the doors to get them ready to accept paint, and it'll make sure the paint sticks. You've got your caulk gun, pretty standard. So this is how you, by the way, this is some of the best caulk. It's Sherwin-Williams, it's called 950A. Anyway, so what you want to do is take your tip here and you want to cut it at a 45-degree angle. That, load it like so, and just squeeze, and there you go.
And where do you use caulking?
Huh?
Where do you use caulking?
We use caulking to fill any cracks in substrate transition, so meaning to fill the cracks between the wood and the stucco, anywhere that you want to keep water out of. Also in here we've got steel wool, so if you ever do a bad job of masking, this ultra fine steel wool, it's 0000, you rub that against the glass, it won't scratch the glass and it'll take off the paint. So that's a little painter's trick. You've got your 5-in-1, meaning it's a 5-in-1 scraper, meaning it has 5 purposes, but this is what we use to scrape off paint. And then the sander is afterwards, sometimes there's still a ridge and this will actually smooth it. So this right here is gonna open your paint can or what have you. So I can give you an example here. You just pop it open like that. And then, so that's one use. I believe this is a second use. That's the second use here. This right here, let's say that you had some paint in this and you wanted to wash it out, you actually go like this, and this helps get out the excess paint when you're cleaning it out. So that's 3 of the purposes. This right here removes old caulk. So that's 4. And then you have the primary purpose, which is actually scraping paint. So that's the 5th purpose. Okay, over here you have, this is quick, so you've got your painter's paper. This is what you use to mask windows, mask the ground, stuff like this. This is just 12 inches. This is maybe $3 for a roll. We've got stucco tape. So this you want to use on things that are very hard to stick to. So this, it's expensive. So you usually use it for maybe like roof shingles where maybe there's still a little moisture, or you know, stucco. So that's very, very useful there. And then this is painter's tape. It's orange. This is the, other than the stucco tape, this is the stickiest of the tapes. And you never want to use this, I shouldn't say never, you usually don't want to use this on the inside because it could actually cool paint and leave residue. This blue tape is usually reserved for the inside. for masking on the interior. So, and this is the least sticky, and it won't, you know, it won't remove paint or leave residue on the interior as long as you don't leave it for longer than a week. So that's the masking bin, that's the prep bin, and then over here is our paint application bin. So these are our favorite roller covers. So it's Sherwin-Williams Contractor Series. Let's see here, they just call it woven, but they look like this. They've got the blue plastic ends. So we carry in our crew kit 1/4 inch, which that's how thick the nap is, and that dictates the finish, how smooth the finish is. So this is the smoothest finish you're gonna have. So we usually use this for doors and cabinets if we don't spray it. And then the next up would be your 3/8 nap. So it's the same type of roller, it's just a little bit thicker. So this is gonna put on a little more paint. So the 3/8 is right here. This is gonna put on a little more paint. It's still fairly smooth. So this can also be used for doors and trim and that kind of thing. And then this 1/2 inch is gonna put on even more paint. And this is usually what we use for exteriors. This tool right here, maybe a lot of homeowners aren't familiar with. This is called a wire brush, and we primarily use this actually to clean out brushes. So if this were filled with paint, you know, you would be cleaning it out in the sink or what have you with water, and there's usually a lot of paint buildup right here. And so what you do in your sink is you go like this to get out, use these wire bristles to get out the paint as it's running under the faucet. And then the other use for this is, let's say you spill a little paint on your sidewalk, which a professional should never do, which is why we put down these handy drop cloths. But if that does happen, you take this tool here, and then you take acetone, and you just pour a little bit, and you sort of just rub it like that, and then that'll take care of that. As far as brushes, we primarily use this 2.5 inch angled brush. You can actually find these on Amazon or ProGradeSupplies.com. They're fairly inexpensive. They're very similar to Purdy, but they are 1/4 of the price. Purdy is a very well-known paintbrush brand. And then what else we got here? So these are paint shields. So this is another thing that we use other than masking to help prevent paint from getting where it shouldn't be. So when you're spraying, you actually hold this, and this will keep it from going onto your neighbor's car and stuff like that. We've got a Sherlock pole. So this is used for interior painting. And as you can see, if you hold this here, this allows you to paint like this, and you don't have to climb up and down a ladder. It's much more efficient. The plastic that we get comes in a big box like this. This is the least expensive of the plastic. They just call it painter's plastic, and it is 12 feet long. And so you can use this to mask windows, mask doors, mask bushes that you don't want to get paint overspray on, cover furniture on the inside of the house so you don't get paint splatter, that kind of thing. We use this product here. It's called Pump Armor. It's made by Graco, and this is actually, and I'm going to show you in a later video, this is what we use to lubricate the pump sprayer, and we use this when we're cleaning out to make sure that the internal components of the sprayer don't get rusted out. Stucco patch. So we really like this brand. It's called Custom, and yeah, so I would definitely get some of this for your stucco patching needs.
And how does that work?
That's a different video.